It's been 945 days since Lewis Hamilton last captured a Grand Prix victory. Tim Hauraney here at the British Grand Prix, where it has just ended with so much emotion, with Lewis Hamilton coming away with the race win here at his home race. And let me tell you, the scenes at the grounds here at Silverstone, it was electric. This place exploded when Hamilton crossed the start-finish line to take that victory. I've never seen or heard anything like it. You could hear the cheers in the media center, which is trackside, but it's very well insulated, so sometimes you can't really hear the cars that well. You can hear them, but it's not overly loud. That's how loud this fan base was for Lewis Hamilton getting this victory here today, and it's unprecedented. Talking to him following the race and hearing just how much 2021 and how that all ended and how that affected him and what he's had to deal with in 2022, trying to rebound from that with a car that just wasn't there at all, and moving on to 2023 again with a car that just wasn't there. And then you come to this season in 2024, starting the season again with a car that potentially was not there, totally inconsistent from the beginning of the season through to the first at least 6, maybe 7 races in. And for Lewis having to deal with that and not being able to rebound and get a race victory under his belt and leave this team that he loves so much in Mercedes and moving down to Ferrari, and that's all he wanted. All he wanted was that race victory to leave with Mercedes so he could head down to Ferrari with a bit of a clear conscience, obviously wanting to win more when he gets to Ferrari, but winning with this team this year was extremely important to him. Also, I had to ask him like where this win actually stacks up for him. Where? For him, he thinks it's right up there at the top with one of the most greatest race victories that he's ever had. This is the longest winless drought he's ever had in his career. And for him to capture that win right here at his home race, truly spectacular stuff. Made some notes on how all this thing went down in this race because we had a lot going on in this one. I think that crossover point from when the track was obviously starting to dry and choosing the right compound to go onto, it didn't look like he had chose the right compound to go onto, and we saw what type of lap times Verstappen was putting up on that hard tire. Lewis was obviously out on the soft tire. But for him to just hold on and grab that race win, I mean, a lot of focus and attention to detail has to go into that, not having Bono talk to him on his team radio while he was out on track trying to knock off lap after lap, trying to keep Lando Norris at bay, and then eventually trying to keep Max at bay for that short period of time. And it looked like that hard tire compound was the better option. They just never took it. I believe Lewis had one new hard compound tire actually to jump onto, but seeing as how there wasn't very many laps left in this race, I think the team felt that that soft tire was going to be the way forward. Looking forward for Mercedes, I mean, since Canada, introducing that new front wing, suspension, coming here, they've fine-tuned the car here as well. They brought little tiny upgrades that were track specific for their car for this track. But moving forward, I mean, Hungary is a track that Lewis has always done well at and Mercedes has always done well at. And then you move on to Spa before we get to the summer shutdown. I can still see there being a window here where this team can grab another win, albeit if it's George Russell or if it's Lewis. And that's a positive sign for Mercedes moving forward because they have taken a massive step forward here. And with the remaining races that we have left, At the moment, I would say there's 3, maybe even 4 teams moving forward that could be in contention for podiums and at some points race victories, and that's got me excited for the rest of this F1 season.